Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Science. I'm your host, Tanya, and I am here in Howard Community College in the beautiful city of Columbia, Maryland. And I am joined by three fabulous guests who are going to walk us through a culinary experience using ancient grains. So from Howard Community College, we have Chef David. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm Chef David Milburn. I'm the Baking and Pastries Coordinator here at Howard Community College, where students can get a degree or certificate to start their career.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And from the USDA Agricultural Research Service, we have our grain experts, Sean and David. Welcome, Sean and David. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Sean Liu. I'm working for USDA Agricultural Research Service in Peoria, Illinois. My work focuses on the post-harvesting of grains.
Excellent. Thank you. And David?
I'm David Baer from Beltsville, Maryland, and some of my research focuses on the health benefits of consuming grains.
This is all important work. So we are in for a treat. Is everybody ready to get started?
Yeah.
All righty.
All right, let's go. We're here with Chef David, and he is going to walk us through a classic favorite dessert, chocolate chip cookies, but with a little bit of a twist. And what's that twist, Chef?
That's right. We're going to make it with Teff flour today.
Teff flour. Now, wait a minute. You're messing with my chocolate chip cookie here, but you're going to show us a way in which it's nutritious as well as delicious, correct?
It is. It's gluten-free.
Okay.
And it's packed full of minerals.
Oh, excellent.
Okay. So, Dave, can you tell us some of the things about the minerals in Teff flour?
Sure. Teff is an ancient grain that originally came from Africa. And depending on the soil that it's grown in, it can have a lot of minerals in it, especially things like iron. And there are some people in our country, that have low iron status. So Teff flour can be another way for people to get iron into their diet. There's some other minerals, magnesium, manganese, that are also important for our metabolism, that you can also get from not only Teff, but some of the other grains.
Oh, that is wonderful. So we're making a nutritious and delicious Teff flour cookie. So what are our first steps?
Okay, so our first steps are to cream together the butter and the sugar.
Okay.
And the reason why we do this is, one, we want to start with room temperature butter.
Okay.
You don't want to use cold butter.
Right.
If you were to use cold butter, you would end up with chunks of butter in your cookie dough.
Okay.
That would melt, leaving a big hole. And
we don't want that.
We don't want that. No. Okay. So we're going to start with our brown sugar and our butter.
Brown sugar, a little bit of brown sugar. You know, that was my nickname in high school.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a great name.
So what's the benefit of using the brown sugar with the Teff flour?
Sure. So this is where cooking or baking actually becomes a science.
Okay.
So we're going to put baking soda in.
Okay.
And for baking soda to work, it needs an acid. The brown sugar is an acid.
Oh.
So this is going to help our cookie to not be a solid chunk.
Oh.
It's going to be a little crispier because of the baking soda.
So baking really is a science.
Oh, it is.
Oh, wonderful.
Definitely.
Okay, so what's next?
Okay, so we're going to cream together the butter that we have in here, and the brown sugar and vanilla. And we're going to let this go for a few minutes until it all comes together. And you actually want the butter to coat all the grains of sugar.
Okay, got it. So what's next, Chef?
Okay, so the next step is we have to put egg yolks.
Okay.
So you're going to help me out.
All right,
So
just the yolk.
Yep, just the yolk. We don't need the egg white. The egg white we can save for an egg white omelet or something like that. All right. So we're going to crack it, and we're going to very carefully open it up, keeping the egg yolk in the shell. And we'll take it back and forth a couple times. Try not to break the yolk, but if it breaks, you'll be okay.
That takes
And then we're going to put the egg yolk over here. Keep the egg white in one bowl, egg yolk in another bowl.
Okay, here we go. I did it again, Chef.
That's okay. You can still see.
Look at those skills.
You're good. You got it. Go ahead and put it in there. Awesome.
Ah, it's not
Good job.
pretty.
So now that we have our egg yolks cracked, let's go ahead and put it in here. Now, whenever you're baking,
Yes.
try to use room temperature eggs,
Okay.
especially if you're whipping the egg whites.
Okay.
Um,
Why is that?
You're going to get more volume
Okay.
out of the egg white if it's room temperature.
Okay, and that allows it to rise up?
Right. Also, if I was, remember I have my butter in here?
Yes.
And it's room temperature. If I put a cold egg in there, that's going to start to make my butter.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, so it's good to have all your ingredients at room temperature.
That is wonderful to know. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have everything mixed together now. Okay, so we have our Teff flour
Teff flour.
and almond flour.
Oh, almond flour. Okay.
So this is a gluten-free cookie. So those who can't have gluten, it's a great option for them.
Oh, wonderful.
So we're going to go ahead and toss in our Teff flour.
Chef David, are you using a refined flour, or is that a whole grain flour?
It is a whole grain flour that's been milled into a flour. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great, because that will include the bran, which is where a lot of the dietary fiber is found in the seeds. All the seeds we've been talking about, the bran, which is the outer part of the seed, is where we find a lot of the dietary fiber.
Oh yeah, and then you also have the almond flour.
And almond flour.
Yeah, so you have all the goodness of nuts also. So we're going to add that in here.
Wonderful. This is turning out to
Yeah.
be one great cookie.
We have to put some salt in. If we don't put the salt in, it's very bland.
Okay.
So we've got to add a little salt. And we have our baking soda.
Baking soda. Okay. That's going to help it rise.
Yeah, well,
All right.
it's going to make it so it's not so solid.
Okay. And is that usually what we find in using these types of grains and flours? Is that they can be like dense?
It can be.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely, it's going to add a crispness to the cookie also.
Oh,
So on
okay.
the outside. So it'll definitely help.
Yeah.
out. So we're going to mix these together.
Looks good.
And it doesn't take long for it to come together. Pretty fast cookie.
Yes, it seems like it. And so now the good part.
Are these recipes you can find online, or are these things you have to just play around in the kitchen with?
You can find a lot of gluten-free items, recipes online. Baking gluten-free has definitely become much more popular. There's actually gluten-free bakeries that are opening up also around the country. So they might be gluten-free and vegan, or depending on the many different options. So there's a lot of people that's looking for a healthy alternative, but still want to, take care of that sweet tooth.
What's next?
Well, we're almost done. We have to add chocolate chips. So we're going to go ahead and add the chocolate chips, and then we're just going to mix the chocolate chips in. If you'd like to do that.
Alrighty, I'm just folding them in.
Just fold them in until
Alrighty.
they're evenly distributed.
Okay. This does look like regular cookie dough, like you would just regular flour. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, this looks great. All right, so we're going to.
So some of our production crew said that they will be the judge of the taste.
We'll have cookies for everyone for sure. Yeah, one of the things that we do in a commercial kitchen is we're going to use a scoop.
Okay.
And we're not going to
Yes.
use the 2 spoons like we normally do at home.
Yes.
And the reason why we do a scoop is we know every cookie is going to be exactly the same size.
Okay.
If I have cookies that are 2 different sizes, like a small one and a large one on the sheet pan, by the time the small one is baked, the large one's burnt.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So we're going to use a scoop,
All right.
and what we're going to do is we're going to go in
We're going to watch it
and
first.
and we're going to scrape it across the side, get it scooped off.
Okay.
All right.
Does look prettier than any cookie I've ever baked.
I know, right?
Do these bake up similarly to a traditional chocolate chip cookie?
Very close. Now this one will not spread a lot, so it will keep its shape, but it is very similar. Very similar.
How's that, Chef?
Oh, this is looking great. So let's get all this dough off the sides.
Those are like the prettiest cookies I have ever made in my life.
And we get use a spatula here. Can't waste anything.
You clean the bowl.
Oh yeah, you got to clean the bowl.
Yeah. My grandmother used to clean the bowl, and I would be so upset because I didn't have a chance to lick it. So, Chef, are we ready to hit the oven?
No, not yet.
Oh,
We're not done yet. So if I was to bake it just like this, it would probably spread way too much.
Okay.
Because right now our butter's soft. And we want them to look more like a cookie.
Okay.
Right now they're not so much a cookie.
okay.
So we're going to take the palm of our hand and we're just going to flatten it slightly. We're not smashing it down. We're still keeping it about quarter of an inch to a half inch tall.
Kind of like the rolls that you cut from the store that you buy. You make it look so easy, Chef, and so professional.
Also, we're going to put some chopped walnuts on top.
Okay.
So if you'd like to help me,
Sure.
and we have about a quarter of a cup of chopped walnuts here.
Have these been toasted or they just...
No, actually we don't want to toast them. And the reason being is they're going to be on the top of the cookie. So they're going to toast when they're in the oven.
Okay.
If I was to toast them ahead of time, then the walnuts would actually, could possibly burn.
Okay.
So
And of course, this can be omitted for people who may have, an allergy to nuts.
oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
They look beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to taste them.
So right now, if we were to bake it, the cookie might spread too much and wouldn't keep its shape.
Okay.
It'd be probably a very flat cookie. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the freezer.
All right.
Okay, so our cookies have been in the freezer for about an hour now.
Okay.
They firmed up, and now they're ready for the oven.
Oh,
so we're going to put them in a 350-degree oven
Okay.
for about 10, 11 minutes. We want to keep an eye on them.
Okay.
We don't want to get them too brown.
Right.
But enough brown to bring out that nuttiness of the walnuts and also the almond flour.
Okay.
And the Teff flour actually adds a nutty flavor also.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and put this in the oven.
All right.
Okay, so our cookies have baked for about 10 minutes, 11 minutes. They got a little color, so they're ready to come out.
All right. I'm excited about
Get
this.
an oven mitt on.
Yes. They smell delicious. They're just all over the place, aren't they? My goodness.
Okay.
They are beautiful.
So while they're still warm,
Yes.
we're going to sprinkle a little flaked salt on top. So would you like to do that for us?
Sure.
Just a few
Just
grains.
a little bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
just a little bit. And every so often when you're eating a cookie and you get bite into that little salt, it's like a little flavor bomb happening.
Ooh, a flavor bomb. I like that.
Okay, so our cookies have cooled. Still a little warm because we do like a warm chocolate chip cookie. So let's go ahead and plate them up.
Oh, they are beautiful. And so just to recap, Teff is a great gluten-free alternative, and it can be found in any supermarket, and anyone can use it for a delicious alternative to their baked goods.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, wonderful. I can't wait to dig in.
This will probably be the healthiest chocolate chip cookie you've ever had.
I like that. That means you can have more than one.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. I like that.
There we go.
Absolutely beautiful. We hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as we have. I want to thank our guests for joining us here today. If you would like this recipe and more, check it out below in the comments section, and be sure to like us on social media. And hey, if you tried out this recipe, be sure to let us know how it turned out in the comments below. And if there's any recipe or ingredient that you would like to see in future Cooking with Science videos, be sure to let us know. Until then, enjoy the recipes and happy cooking.